Welcome to Shenzhen College of International Education. My name is Neil Mobsby and I'm the principal of the school. I'm just going to run through to give you some information about who and what we are. First of all, our school, we've been around since 2003, so we're nearly 18 years old. We are a high school only, catering to mostly Chinese students, preparing them to go overseas to university. Our students are highly academic and very focused. As you can see on the screen, our mission statement. We believe students in a challenging international environment learn social responsibility, creativity, initiative, and excellence. And that's who we are. Where is SCIE? Obviously, we're in China. Shenzhen is in the south of China, as you can see on the map here. It's right next door to Hong Kong, so we have excellent transport links around the region. Also, being in the south of China, we get excellent weather, a lovely climate. It's nice and warm all year round. And we don't have the pollution of the big industrial cities in the north of China. So we get clean air, a perfect environment. A little bit about the basic facts of the school. We are privately owned, for profit, but we are totally independent, not affiliated to any local school, and very much left to run the school as an international environment. High school only, as I said earlier, so that's UK years 10 to 13, or in the US grades 9 to 12. We pretty much run the Cambridge International Examination System, IGCSEs and A-levels. Staff, at the moment we've got 1,350 students. We have just moved to our new campus, so we are slowly expanding up to our full complement of 2,000. So that also means I'm increasing my staff from the current 148 teachers up to 200 teachers by 2023, which is why we are bringing in each year more and more staff. And as you can see in the image, that is the staff this year, 2021. That was the day we moved into our brand new campus, and you can see me there in the middle. So we moved to our new campus back in August 2020. It's been a very exciting year. The new campus, it's got some tremendous facilities. The theatre that you can see can seat 715. The sports hall is big enough for 2 basketball courts, although we only put 1 in so that we can use the rest for volleyball or badminton. We've obviously got a lot of science labs, about 30 across the different sciences. A climbing wall that you can see. We've got everything in the way of facilities. The 9th floor of the teaching building, that's staff only. So we have a lovely staff room and a staff-only gym that you can see in the picture here. So we do try to provide for our staff. Accreditation, we have been through CIS accreditation. We've just had our re-accreditation visit shortly after we moved into the campus. And so we're just now finalising some of the details because obviously when we move, things aren't totally complete. So we're just getting our re-accreditation through on CIS. Our students are very strong academically. So out of 250 AS students, I'm using the 2019 figures because obviously in 2020 the exams were teacher assessed. Back in 2019, out of 250 students, you can see the profile is at 100 is an A grade, an A star profile. Even down to our lower students, ranking 200, we still have an A and B profile. So it gives you some idea of how strong our students are. You as a teacher will need to be very strong in teaching at the high levels. This list gives an idea over the last few years of the destinations our students have gone to university. And yes, you can see we have had a lot of students picked up by Oxford and Cambridge. This year, our offers, we have 30 offers from Oxford and Cambridge alone. So our students are going to some of the best colleges and universities in the world. Okay, the subjects we have available, you'll see from this, we have a huge range of subjects that we offer. As I said, we do 2 years IGCSE, 2 years A-level. The exception subjects obviously are English. Our students in English take first language in IGCSE and then develop through the UK GCSE language, and many of them can then go on to taking the A-level in English. So they're actually functioning at a first language level, which means it's not really an issue of language in the classroom when you're teaching. Mathematics as well, our students come from strong mathematics backgrounds, so they are studying AS Mathematics at the end of G2 when they take their other IGCSEs, and then they go on to the full A level of mathematics and further mathematics, should they choose to. As well as the academic side of things, we do ask our staff to get involved with running a club, an extracurricular activity. We're particularly strong on this. We have over 100 clubs, and many of them are organised and run by the students themselves. So we have a lot of house competitions, inter-house competitions. These are not just the typical sports competitions, but also fun competitions. We have the cooking competition. We have quiz competitions, debating. We also have subject-based competitions. So plenty for the students to get involved in, and also a lot of opportunities for our students to demonstrate leadership. As you can see, this is just an example of some of the many clubs we have. Ones to point out, I suppose, is the Model United Nations, the MUN. We also have a very strong international award, Duke of Edinburgh, and we encourage staff to get involved with the trips for that. But then many others. We've got charity, community service type clubs, as well as our very own business practice club, which is an incredibly successful group, but is one run by the students. Moving on from what it's like in the school to some of the important things you want to know as a teacher coming in. Your teaching load will be 24 40-minute periods per week, usually double periods. So you can see a typical example of a timetable. In addition, we fix into that 6 periods of personal time in the week, and that's time where you don't have to be in school and you don't have to feel guilty about not being in school. What we believe in is that you, the teacher, should be able to have time for yourself. Time in school where you're going to get all your work done, your marking and your preparation, but you should be able to go home at the end of the school day and have a life. It's important. In addition, you'll notice on this timetable, you'll see the pastoral period. So we do, almost all of our teachers are form tutors, and they take part in the pastoral program, having mentoring meetings with their students. Okay, let's talk about money. Obviously, that's a very important thing for everyone. Our salary scale that you can see. We like to put this up front because we do try and be transparent about everything. The way it works is to get a working visa here requires 2 years teaching experience plus your teaching qualification and your degree. So that puts you at our point 20. Then for each 2 years of experience, we increase by 1 point for each 2 years, up to our maximum entry point of point 25. After that, once a teacher's in school, they progress 1 point per year, of course. This is using the exchange rate of March the 1st, which you can see the conversion to UK pounds. So that gives you an idea of salary. In addition, we have various allowances. As I mentioned earlier, form tutor, most of our teachers are form tutors, so there's an additional allowance of 1,200. Only a little bit of money, but it's a gesture to show how important we feel it is for our form tutors. Shenzhen has a very high cost of accommodation, so we provide a furnished apartment, basically a 2-bedroom standard, depending on family. That's our minimum 2-bedroom standard. It's in our apartment block, which is attached to the side of our school. But it has all its own entrances, so no problem for people coming in and out to visit. You see mention of the gratuity there, 2 months per 2 years. Considering the other benefits, we have flight allowance, a full international medical cover, free tuition for up to 2 children. For the schooling, because we're only a high school, we have an arrangement with another school in Shenzhen, and they do primary and middle school, and so we kind of reciprocate on that for schooling. And also a relocation allowance. The apartments, I mentioned those, it's an apartment block attached to the edge of school. You can see some of the images just to give you some sort of idea of the apartments. They're very nice because as the school is new, the apartments are new. Considering the surrounding area of the school, you can see on the map we are very, very close to a metro station. It's actually a junction of metro lines, and you can see there's an image here taken from the 25th floor of the staff apartments, how close the metro station is. Nearby, you can see possibly a large area. That's where Sam's Club, a large supermarket is. There's also a shopping centre there. And behind it, we have Children's Park, which is a very nice park for people with families, young families in particular. So location-wise in Shenzhen, we're very good. Travel from Shenzhen, the airport, it's a full international airport, and of course we've got Hong Kong next door, so travel within China and travel within the region is very easy. Shenzhen life, pretty good. Food is very, very cheap. The whole cost of living is very low. And we have plenty of entertainments depending on what people like to do. There's also quite a lot of sports groups. So we have teachers who joined the local rugby club or the Gaelic football, all sorts of different sports for different people. Shenzhen itself, it's quite a green city, so there's lots of parks and areas for walking as well. Just some images of the views of Shenzhen. It's very much a modern city, but it's also a green city. Our staff council, as well as each year presenting the pay review to our board, asking for a pay rise every year, they also have quite a large budget for organising staff trips and activities. You can see some examples here. The The boat one was the annual boat trip off Hong Kong. Very, very popular trip. And also they organise, you can see things like department dinners, this one as well as the Christmas dinner. Very, very popular and making our staff very happy. And finally, I would like to thank you for watching our presentation. If you would like to work in a school where you're teaching to the top of your ability to very enthusiastic students, you might like to consider applying to us. We will then welcome you if you're successful to our school. Thank you and welcome to Shenzhen College of International Education.